The main aim of CAEAN, one, is to bring all the talented, all members of all Catholic members who have got talent to use their talents to work for God.
I must say it's a very impressive outing. Today being the first day, you expect some hitches, but notwithstanding some last minute change of venue and time, we still managed to record a very impressive number. And of course, the lecture went directly to the point, taking us on tips on how to be a good actor. We can't ask for something better than that. I think though the crowd is made up of mainly the newcomers, but then it's a step in the right direction, and by the grace of God, we shall be improving by tomorrow. Thank you, I'm impressed.
CAEAN Film Workshop, which held on the 9th and 10th October 2020 at St. Joseph Chaplaincy, CAS Abakaliki, was packed with amazing lectures and tutorials on filmmaking as well as film acting. Initiated by the National President of CAEAN, Dr. Charles Okwuowulu, a filmmaker as well as a senior lecturer of film studies at Abakaliki Federal University, Ebonyi State. He expressed the need for retraining CAEAN members to enable them work effectively in the technologically advanced era. Before commencement of the workshop, Dr. Charles expressed gratitude to Reverend Father Ifeanyi Ogodo, Diocesan Director of Social Communications, and Reverend Father Lonjainu Zemeka, the Chaplain of St. Joseph Chaplaincy, CAS, for providing the venue for the workshop. He introduced the core aim of CAEAN, which, according to him, is saddled with the responsibility of preaching the gospel through entertainment.
For me, it's fulfilling. It's fulfilling in the sense that the members who attended the training, you see the zeal and the willingness to learn. And again, I discovered that we are working with complete neophytes. It's just about one or two of them that have gotten the experience of production. What that means is that we have serious mandates to use entertainment, to use film practice, to use dance, to use our stage works to advance Christian faith. To advance Christian faith. That's what that means. Now, what that means is that most of us who are practitioners, who will be given a script to promote abortion, we could tell them that we are soldiers of Christ through entertainment, that abortion is not good, it's against our faith. So, Catholic Church thought it wise to establish CAEAN. Like I told you, it was established by Bishop Badejo of Oyo Diocese in the year 2000. This is 20th year of existence of CAEAN, and it just came into Abakaliki just about a year ago. But it's actually thriving in various dioceses, especially.
The lecture on screen acting was delivered by Mr. Charles Osa Emokpae, a film actor as well as a film lecturer at Abakaliki Federal University, Ebonyi State. His lectures range from basics of acting skills to the rudimentary techniques of vocal production, facial expression, and gesticulation. Acting, as he explained, is a performing art in which movements, gestures, and intonations are used to realize a fictional character for the screen and stage. According to him, acting is an everyday experience, as one begins life, right from infancy, by trying to create a personality for oneself. Thus, toddlers who observe their parents are likely to emulate their actions, thereby role-playing their parents in various circumstances.
Of the art of screen acting. We are because of the people we are dealing with are people that are not actually proficient or have a basic understanding of what screen acting is. We are taking it down to teaching about how an actor should prepare. How an actor should prepare his expressions, his speech, his voice, his attitude, his personality, and where to get source inspiration from.
That's what basically acting for screen is all about. I will tell you today, maybe you haven't been doing it, but take notes. Note number 1, be aware of your environment. Be aware of your environment. Do you know scientifically our brain doesn't retain pictures quickly? That's why somebody can run across you and yank your chain off and run this way and come back. You will not know it's him. Try it tomorrow. Anybody passing by you, get the color of the person. If the person is a woman, her head tie, her shoes, her clothes. Try it and see whether it's not. You'll be uncomfortable for a while, but you get used to it. See a person's face well. You know, when we're in relationships, you meet a person for the first time, you will see everything. You see the eyebrows, how it's shaped, you see the nose, whether it's standing or whether it's flat, you see the lips, you see the ears and everything. But after a few days, you stop seeing those things, start seeing here. Do you get? If the person is nice to you, that's the only thing you see. Oh, he's a nice guy. You forget whether he has tribal marks. Do you get? You forget whether he has big ears. That's why when we were younger, when we quarrel with our friends, that's when you know the person's head is so big. See her with a big head. But you didn't know this when you are friends, right? Because then we are thinking from here. Workshop on the second day was centered on the production ethics in Nollywood, anchored by Dr. Charles Okwuowulu, DGN. His topics, production economics and Nollywood narrative structure. A critical discourse explores the filmmaking structure found within the industry and various organizations and bodies regulating it. According to him, Nollywood guilds are various bodies modeled for the practitioners to have smooth practice.
Now, I tried to talk about, give some topics on our platform. The first one is definition, concise history of Hollywood. I'll put it down. Now, who can tell me what Hollywood is? A place where movie is being acted. A company where movie is being acted. Alright. So, he says Hollywood is a place where movie is being acted. A company. Is that true?
Somehow it's the name of a company, Nigeria, where Nigerian movies are being produced or something.
What?
Other people have their own names too.
Okay.
It's not only money, there are other things.
Like Bollywood. Bollywood has a company too.
Yeah. There are other names like here, but I've forgotten them. But this one is a name
of a company.
Yeah.
Owned by probably one person or two persons.
I don't know.
It's an industry, sir.
That's the
word.
Industry.
Where is that industry located?
Nigeria.
It's in Nigeria.
Where in Nigeria?
Lagos.
Lagos. It's located in Lagos. Okay. Yeah.
In my own understanding, I would say that Nollywood is just a body or industry in Nigeria.
Where is it located?
Lagos.
Nollywood is an adaptation of American nomenclature for the film industry.
Yeah.
Americans call their film industry Hollywood, and it is simply an amalgam of productions of superstars in America. So when Nigerian local film production began to come of age, they needed a name for it. They said, why not call it Hollywood? No, America has gotten that. Let's use Nigeria. So the name Nigeria, that's where the Nolly comes in.
If you want to define Nollywood, you define Nollywood based on ideology. The ideology of production, the ideology of what again? Narrative technique, ideology of what again? Genre, star system, acting tech, everything. That's Nollywood. Do you understand? And then I said that if the government wants to engage Nollywood people, who do they normally engage? The stars. come together as association. When we come together as association, we form a common front and elect our leader. And that our leader will now be the president of Nollywood. So that when they say anybody who wants to engage Nollywood will nominate this president, will go and meet the person. When he gives that money to that president will come back and say, okay, DGN, take your own. SWAG, take your own. NCE, take your own. NSC, take your own. You know, everybody take your own. And when they take their own, DGM people could come and say, we got 100 million DGM members, come. All of us will come. They say, okay, we got 100 million. I take 1 million. All of us will take 1 million and pocket in our pocket. Because we are Nollywood people by association to a particular guild or association. The core value or core aim of Mopicon is to do what? To be an umbrella body for all the guilds and associations. That thing that Conga failed to do, government wants to now do it. And for with another body, and for government to do it, they need to get a legislation from National Assembly. So as we are talking now, Conga Bill is within National Assembly.
He went further to dissect the production structure into three: pre-production, production, and post-production, explaining that the pre-production looks at the preparatory stages ranging from conceiving a script, budget sourcing, auditioning for the cast and crew members. The production looks at the production shoot as the story is recreated in front of a camera. The post-production is the final stage as the capital clips are arranged into a comprehensible final piece, that is, a movie. At some point in the workshop, participants were grouped into 4 distinctive groups and tasked with producing film skits centered on Catholic reflections within the Advent period. These groups are to go through various processes of film production to actualize this task.
One of the challenges I must tell you is the fact that peradventure what we were about to teach them was a bit, too far removed away from the
everywhere we go there are challenges, but here we find out that I think what we prepared was for a master class, and we later came here and thought that it's best we come down to more to the level of our members here. And so there are certain terms we have used that we have to break down and explain again for them to be better understood. At the end of the program, CAEAN members expressed gratitude on the enormous efforts of the organizers.
Well, the experience, it hasn't been that easy, but I thank God, so far so good. I believe with time we will improve. It has not been easy, but I believe it's worth doing it. And I thank God that everything is going as planned. With time we will improve in both acting and speech and whatever that has to do with acting.
I am very happy to be a member of CAEAN. About the workshop that has just concluded now, I feel very honored to be here. And the workshop have tried to tell us what we need to know to become a good actor.
I think at the course of the workshop, I learned a lot of things. And basically, I learned that as an actor, I have my body as the major tool that I use to act. So, a lot of lessons we have learned, but that majorly has worked for me.
I learned about humility, how to improve my Catholic faith and spread the gospel through my talent given to me by God.
In this workshop, I've come to understand that in our daily basis, every day of our life, we act. Yes. But with this now, I've also come to understand that having been acting, there are the steps that we ought to follow to make our acting standard.
I am happy because of this workshop, because it makes me to to be proud. Even if I go outside there and they ask me, what do you know about CAEAN? I can simply tell them, and also I can also tell them what CAEAN is all about and what I'm going to achieve in some years coming.
I'm the group leader for group 2. We are asked in this workshop, to produce a short skit on the 3rd Sunday of Advent, and the readings for that Sunday centers on the life of John the Baptist, who brought the goodwill message to the world of the coming of Christ, and also on the steadfastness and praising God in all circumstances.
We are grieving the 5th Sunday of Advent. Our story is about the Holy Family of Joseph, Mary, and Jesus. So, in our story, what we are going to narrate is about how a Christian family should live their life, the virtues of a Christian family, all the qualities that are made up of a Christian family. That's what basically we are going to analyze.
Today's lesson was so awesome, the one I made. From our own group, I learned about humility, because when you are humble, you can conquer everything you want. So I learned that my body is used to art, and that I be proud in any time I came out to art.
Today's workshop was so amazed that I learned how you should be acting this acting issue by checking your environment, that you should learn from something you are seeing around your environment. So that's what I just learned.
My intention and how I will build CAEAN as a body in this parish is, number one, to introduce to the mind of the young students the idea of CAEAN, which is to use their body, their time for Christ, to change the heroism of movie in Nigeria, whereby bringing the Catholic doctrines, the Catholic image which we needed in the Catholic Church, whereby a movie will be presented which will accommodate both young, old, and the father, without any error or suspicion that will make children not to watch the movie.
The chairman, CAEAN Abakaliki Diocese, Mr. Ben Uche, pointed out various activities of CAEAN in the diocese.
This workshop, I hope that by the time we finish this workshop, we will be able to have sensitized our members. Then they must have learned the rudiments of acting, the things they need to know, the tools they need for proper acting, so that they will be able to move further, because we have decided to make sure that all members, all the parishes are sensitized and brought into CAEAN as one body, so that we can move forward.
CAEAN dey sweet me for belle, CAEAN dey sweet me for belle. CAEAN dey sweet me, CAEAN dey sweet me, CAEAN dey sweet me, CAEAN dey sweet me for belle, CAEAN dey sweet me for
Join and support us to preach the Catholic gospel on pictures. Visit and subscribe to our YouTube page for more details. Sponsor more projects by donating to the Catholic Artist account on your screen. CAEAN, endorsed by Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria.